always a way. No matter what it is, whatever you want to achieve, don't ever say you can't do it. Welcome to another video on my YouTube channel, Emmy's VIP Life. As per usual, feel free to like, subscribe and share this video, and feel free to check out my Instagram as well. So, today I'd like to discuss with you my journey through education, from primary school to where I am now in sixth form in secondary school. So to start off with, basically in primary school, we didn't know I had my visual impairment until I was 6 years old, so when I was in year 2. So I had a mobility officer in year 2. But then in year 3, they started teaching me cane skills, how to touch type, which is basically, it's typing on a keyboard on a laptop or computer. I was on a laptop. That basically you type without looking at the keys. So I wasn't very quick to begin with, but I had touch typing practice rather than handwriting practice. And we used this program called Nessie Fingers, which was an amazing program, because you were typing simple words, but you were a knight fighting ghosts, a knight fighting a dragon, going through this like castle with skeletons in it. You also had another game where you would type words to score goals on this like guerrilla football game on it. So it was a really, really, really good game, and it really helped with my typing practice. So now, for example, when I'm in sixth form, I type down my notes while teacher's talking, and I can type about 50 words per minute, and it's how I do all my work now. However, because I was learning it, my work wasn't done that way. So I had someone to help me write, and I had different like darker lines and more spaced out lines in my books. So basically my writing was straight and it was big enough for me to be able to read it. And just to support me in like DT, for like health and safety and to be able to do it, and in PE. So one of the things that I've done throughout school, even in secondary school, but started in primary school, is choir. And singing is just an amazing thing. It makes me feel so amazing. So music, well, music in general, but it's just, yeah, even with the visual impairment, it's like feels amazing, because you can still do it despite like with enlarged music sheets or braille sheets or whatever. Also throughout secondary school, primary school, I did chess club in year 4, and the teacher let me go back to that club and help teach the younger students how to play in year 6. Did Derngate performance with the choir. I did Crazy Horses Running Club, where this teacher was really, really good with me. She even did a cross-country race with me, where we had to step over a brook, which was quite funny, because the club was for people who could run, and I just did it anyway. Even though I couldn't run that well because of my condition. Then I also did art club, which was quite enjoyable. I also took part in the drama club in year 6. I had the biggest paragraph in the whole play because I was narrator too, so I had quite a lot to learn, but the sheets were enlarged, so I had a great time doing it. I was part of every single musical showcase every year called the Soiree, so that was always good fun. And then also in year 6, I did my SATs, where I didn't fare too badly. I got a couple of 4s and a couple of 5s, so I did pretty well. And then I also did the year 6 Whitemoor Lakes residential, which was really fun. I tried a lot of things like fencing, archery. I shared a room with my best friend, who also had kind of visual issues and like a few hearing issues. But also throughout school, I had such a good group of friends, such a really good network of friends. It was me, another girl with hearing and sight issues, and 2 boys who had type 1 diabetes, and we were just this little group. And so I had such good, supportive, positive friends and family around me the entire time through primary school and secondary school. And so it was just brilliant. And then we looked at secondary schools, and we looked at Moulton, but I'd already been there for like a day in year 5, and my brother had been there, so I kind of seen that already. We viewed Guilsborough, but the halls were quite narrow, quite like dark colours, things were sticking out, and the light, students had a habit of turning the lights off in the corridors, which wasn't the best with my vision. Then we went to Northampton School for Girls, looked around there, and I was like, I want to go here. Because it's really light, bright, because there's lots of windows, there's really wide corridors, lift access, there's tape on the yellow lines on the stairs, there's different type of paving. So it's really, really good. So that was a school we put down, and that was the school that I went to as my secondary school. And the people there were so brilliant in terms of how supported they were, so that I could achieve kind of everything I wanted to. So at secondary school, obviously year 7 to year 11, and then I did a retake year because my GCSEs didn't go too well. And then now I'm in the 6th form, and I've got 6 weeks left, and then I've actually finished 6th form there. But basically, I started off with support from the vision impairment team, but because they weren't coming in very often, well, they were often, but there wasn't always the same person, the adaptations took a long time, the support was really disjointed. At this point, they had more visually impaired students at the school, so, because this was like when I was in year 9, so it had been 3 years since I'd been there, more students had come who had visual impairments, there was like another 2 or 3. So they had an LSA at school who worked and been trained to work with people who were visually impaired. So I stopped having support from the vision impairment team, and then, well, apart from my QTVI, who was teaching me Braille, and my mobility officer, who came in every now and again, do some cane work with me, and then there was another person from there who was kind of like really good with technology and came in to help me set up like my iPad and my new laptop and stuff like that. So throughout secondary school, again, I've done lots and lots of clubs. I've done percussion ensemble, learned how to play the drums. I've done a rock, pop and soul, like a concert band. I've done youth choir, gospel choir, soul cafe choir, and with the choirs I've done performances at Derngate, concerts, numerous concerts at the school, I think about 30 concerts at the school. I've done performance at the Royal Festival Hall. I was part of the Music for Youth prom at the Royal Albert Hall. I dressed up in a lion onesie and did a dance for I Just Can't Wait to Be King. I was labelled as a comedy genius in our school talent show called NSG's Got Talent, and I came 5th. Great fun with that. I did my Duke of Edinburgh Award, and I was the very first ever adapted group at that school. And part of the reason I was able to do it was because this one LSA who was absolutely amazing, who volunteered herself to come on it with me so I could do it and feel safe doing it. The same LSA, she was the only person who volunteered to go in the swimming pool with me so I could do the swimming lessons. Still can't swim, but I had a great time doing it, and it made the swimming lessons more fun. And she did PE with me, sports days with me. Again, had such a laugh. I trusted her so much that she even supported me and came as my guide for a school trip I did to Ypres in Belgium, and then my school trip I did in 6th form to New York. And New York, we had such a good time. She enjoyed it as much as I did. She's now retired, she's retired this year, but she's absolutely amazing. She had so much compassion, so much kindness. She was just amazing. I think the school have always been so supportive, so brilliant. I achieved the Excellence Shield for Food Technology for my food prep and nutrition at GCSEs. I also got the Determined Dual Determination Award and Outstanding in Health and Social Care in 6th form. But I've also taken part in Tenor Challenge, which is like the Young Enterprise Challenge, where you get given a £10 note. You have to make a business idea, and then whatever money you get, you have to give £10 back of what you borrowed, and then you keep the rest. And I actually donated it both times, like some of it, to the BBS charity who supports people with my condition, because that way I felt like I was giving back to those who had helped us and others. And I've also taken part I've taught someone Braille. I've volunteered with the LSAs and helped out over there, like brailing out notes for someone, supporting someone in a music lesson. I've volunteered with the lab technicians over in science, because I used to get to my science class so early. So I did 2 years of doing that, setting up like experiments and clearing the old ones away, sorting out new equipment, all that kind of stuff. This is the thing, even with the limitation of the vision impairment, I've done so many opportunities with school and outside of school with different charities as well, but mainly within school. That's the thing. So there is no such thing as you can't do it. There is always possibility for you to be able to do it. You just have to come up with a different way that you can still do the same thing but in a completely different way to everyone else. So there's always a way. No matter what it is, whatever you want to achieve, don't ever say you can't do it. Many of those things, I would have said that not a chance I would have been able to do them. But now I have, and I'm so pleased I've had those kind of opportunities. So, no matter what it is, vision impairment or any other kind of disability, there's always a way of doing something. So I know everyone has those kind of down days, but as long as you have really supportive people around you, like in school with LSAs or family and friends, then you'll get through it and you'll find a way to achieve every single thing you want to do. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys next time.